The real core teaching is that teaching of oneness, what we call Advaita Vedanta. Just one. Not one God, but nothing but God. If you think of the supreme reality as separate from yourself, you don't know that supreme reality. And so it's that teaching of all of any aspect of creation. There is nothing but God, which means there is nothing. If you had to point to one figure who is at the core of the teachings of Indian culture, of Sanatan Dharma, of the Vedic tradition, it's the Shankaracharya. The real core teaching is that teaching of oneness, what we call Advaita Vedanta. Just one. Not one God, but nothing but God. There's this great illusion about Hinduism that we are a polytheistic religion, that we worship this God and that God and this God and that God. And then people learn a bit and they say, oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, it's not polytheistic, it's monotheistic. All of these are manifestations of, reflections of, embodiments of the same one God. But if you go deeper, it actually isn't even monotheistic. Monotheistic implies there is one God out there somewhere. In Sanatan Dharma, we believe there is nothing but God. And that teaching was really the core of his teachings. He said so beautifully that he who knows Brahman as one and himself as another doesn't know Brahman. Meaning, if you think of God as separate from yourself, you don't know God. If you think of the supreme reality as separate from yourself, you don't know that supreme reality. And so it's that teaching of all is God. And it's extraordinary theoretically, but it's also extraordinary practically. Because what it means is every blade of grass, every species living amidst the blades of grass, every animal, every bird, every species, all of our human family, all of any aspect of creation, there is nothing but God, which means there is nothing that is separate from you. There is nothing that isn't self, which means the same way that we care about ourselves, the same way that we love ourselves, the same way we protect ourselves is the same way we need to move through the world. Everything in the world, the air, the water, the soil, all of the species itself, which means take care of the earth, take care of each other, because it isn't each other, it's self. It's just take care of yourself in another form.